There's been plenty of talk about the leadership of Kyle Schwarber throughout his Phillies and MLB career, but perhaps no year has put it on full display like this one for the Phillies leader and leadoff hitter there. I'm going to break down the recent impact of Kyle Schwarber, him being crowned the National League Player of the Month, and just highlight some of the statistical greatness that he is producing on the field in this video, as well as what it means to this Phillies team. Now, before we dive fully into things, do want to remind you guys, make sure you continue smashing that subscribe button. That at this point in time, 84.8% of you guys tuning into the channel have not subscribed just yet. We are almost at that 1,000 subscriber mark and need your help to get there. So make sure you're tapping that button, giving us a little bit of support here. Appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Now, Luke, to get to the topic of today, let's dive right into Kyle Schwarber here. He's officially been crowned the National League Player of the Month, batting .482 with 5 home runs and 11 RBIs, as well as about a 1,600 OPS there. Pretty absurd stuff. What has changed with Kyle Schwarber, and just what level is he playing at right now?
Yeah, he's just on a tear. He's just on one of those streaks that you kind of just get out of the way and you let him go.
Yep.
You don't change anything. You don't switch anything. You just let him go. Last 30 at bats, 433 with a 1.133 slugging percentage with a 1604 OPS. He's got a 753 OPS over his last 30 games. He has a 970 over his last 15. His month of September, he has a 1436 OPS. I mean, the dude's just on a tear. I mean, obviously, you can start with the big 3-homer game that I believe we already talked about a few videos ago. But I mean, on a night where you have a rookie pitcher going up and he gets absolutely shelled, the team could have absolutely just rolled over, accepted the loss, and the veteran and leader in Kyle Schwarber basically put the Phillies on his back and did almost all of it by himself. 3 home runs, including one, I believe, in the 9th inning. Just insane stuff. But really the biggest thing I think for Schwarber is his on-base percentage is just skyrocketed this year. 2022, he was on base at a 323 clip. Last year, 343. This year, 370. So it's up over 25 points from last year. He's just getting on base more. He's not striking out as much. He's already cleared last year in doubles. He's on pace to finish with more RBIs than last year. He's hitting for more contact.
Yeah.
Obviously, the home run numbers, I would say, are down a tad from the last few years. But I mean, the guy still has 34 home runs and 94 RBIs. So not really many complaints there for me.
Yeah.
But he's hitting for average. Just really being more of an all-around player this year than he was the last 2 years.
Yeah, 100% there. And to add on that a little further, he's already has more hits this year than he's tallied in either season with the Phillies thus far. Tied for the amount as far as more doubles, actually, you're right about that. RBIs climbing, as you mentioned. Just a lot as an all-around good baseball player. That is no longer this all-or-nothing approach that I think was sometimes critiqued with Schwarber. And for what it's worth, like the working of walks is absolutely valid too. I don't want to recap the whole leadoff hitter argument, which went on for far too long in this city. I think people have finally settled down with Schwarber being the guy here. But as far as like, it did feel to an extent that there was periods of his Phillies tenure where it was home run or strikeout, or he would work a walk for Schwarber. That's not the case anymore. That he is poking one out to the outfield spots, hitting a couple gappers, sliding through. He feels like a more complete hitter at the plate. And I think that's especially important when looking at this lineup as a whole, when there are a little bit of a lack of some of the power numbers across the board. That Bryce Harper, we see these struggles for him hitting home run. This team's having to small ball a little bit more than I think anyone really expected. That it is no longer this rely on home runs full time. But I think Schwarber, more so than I've seen really in any baseball player, it does feel like he just wills this team to wins in a way that like we rarely see being possible.
Yeah, he's really carrying the load in a time once again where obviously no JT, no Bohm the last few days. Schwarber at the top has really just been he's been setting the tone every night. I mean, whether it's a leadoff home run or just ripping a double down the line to start off the game, it feels like he's always just setting the tone, which is something huge for a leadoff guy. Obviously, I think we all know, like you said, the big debate of him hitting leadoff. The reason I was always so pro Schwarber hitting leadoff was because it was an immediate threat, the Phillies' first at bat of the game. That there was an immediate threat for him to hit a home run every single time.
Yeah.
And whether he does it or not, the threat's still there. There's not many teams in baseball where the opposing team's starting pitcher is petrified of the other team's leadoff hitter. And that's kind of what it is every night with this Phillies team. It's just these pitchers can't get caught lacking the first at bat because Kyle Schwarber is going to hit the ball 450 feet right into the stands. I mean, we saw it last night. We've seen it so many times this year. He's on pace to break the all-time record for leadoff home runs in a season. He is an immediate threat every time that he steps to the plate in the first inning.
100% there. And it's kind of interesting with baseball and really all sports here, how people get so tied to like what you think of when a position like that the leadoff hitter should be this guy who's hitting for singles or things like that. It works for this Phillies team is the bottom line, that it doesn't have to be the traditional outlook. The bottom line is that they are a better team when Kyle Schwarber is hitting first, and there is truly nothing like taking that 1-0 lead with the first batter of the game. I absolutely love every time it happens, and it does feel like it happens a whole lot with Schwarber because it does, that he is that dangerous at the plate there. So as far as we're seeing a little bit more of him in left field with Bryce Harper having to go on as a DH a little bit. You mentioned you don't think this is anything that's going to linger with Bryce, that we're not going to have to fully shift into the mindset of Schwarber playing the outfield. You don't think, right?
No, I don't think you're going to see maybe. I mean, there's 18 games left. I think you maybe see it twice.
Okay.
I also think once you get towards the back end and once you sort of get the clinch and hopefully clinch the home field, I think you'll definitely see guys like Schwarber and Bryce have a night off here or there. Anything to get those guys off of their feet ready for October, just fully ready to go. I think that'll sort of be the plan. But for right now, I think it's really just hit the gas pedal right all the way down to the floor. Right, this team wants to get home field. They don't want to have to go on the road. They want to play at Citizens Bank as much as they can.
Yeah.
So get that home field advantage. The magic number is falling every night, and with the way the Braves are playing, obviously the Mets have won 9 out of their last 10. But with the way these teams are playing, the Brewers lost the other night, the Dodgers lost. They are very much on their way to possibly the 1 seed, and if not the 1 seed, the 2 seed. So there is a very good chance right now that they will have the home field.
Yep, absolutely there. So got to keep the foot on the gas to fully close things out. But Kyle Schwarber is absolutely doing that with this Phillies team here. So appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning into the video. Let me know your comments below with Schwarber or anything that else has to do with this Phillies team. And one more reminder to make sure you guys are subscribing. Once again, just 15.1% of you guys have subscribed to the channel just yet. So let's get those numbers up. Let's get past that 1,000 mark and let's get ready for a big time Phillies playoff run. Appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in again. And me and Luke will be talking to you next time right here on Phillies Digest. Peace.